Welcome back to Pumpkin Guts, where we spill our guts on everything from Halloween to horror. I be Ryan.
I'm Janae.
And I'm Nick.
All right.
You said the full intros.
I did. I didn't pass it off this time. I figured now was the time to bring it back.
1 out of 9 episodes. You got
Yeah, it was a good time. Good time. All right, let's get into this episode today. We are going to be talking about how we would improve Halloween Horror Nights. I feel like we all have the same answers.
Most likely.
So let's just dive in. Janae, how would you improve Halloween Horror Nights?
I would just like to see better crowd control.
Yes.
Yeah, that's probably the main
Better crowd control. How do we do that?
main one.
That's up for the experts to decide.
Yeah, we just bring up the problems. We're not coming with solutions here.
You don't have any solutions to these? True. I mean, I know it is a kind of a logistical nightmare, and I know why they stopped doing it. I think they only did it 1 or 2 years, but bring it to both parks.
Could they not perhaps add a scare zone towards Simpsons Land?
I feel like that area is lacking. You have Nightmare Fuel back there, and then usually like 3 houses, but it doesn't feel like you're at Horror Nights until you're in one of those queues.
If they could add something over there, maybe like what Conjuring the Dark was last year. Conjuring the Dark, they had like a little show, something to bring the crowd over that way, because that would at least.
That area is tight, though.
Yeah, it's kind of it's
even if they put that Chucky photo spot area over there and not on the bridge last year.
That used to be where the chainsaw.
And they were there sometimes last year.
Yeah.
I'm just saying something to bring people over there
Instead of just passing through.
I mean, it wouldn't be it would only help, I feel like.
I think what would help more than anything is an 11th house.
Which we were kind of hoping
they
might do this year.
There was rumors. I feel like there's always going to be rumors.
There was a scuttlebug. Someone just said that because they were hoping it.
Well, and then how many more staff do you have to bring on?
A lot.
A lot.
So it's just, I don't know.
I feel like it's possible. It's the logistics of it that's going to be the problem.
Which is probably the only thing that's holding them back from doing it.
However, they have to figure something out because the popularity ain't going down.
It's true.
It's going to just keep on growing and growing and growing and growing. And the obvious answer would be the 11th house. I think the other solution that would be a good idea is to use both parks and make a pathway, use the pathway between the two, just because at least with that, you spread people out over a larger distance, and if you balance the houses correctly, it should never feel like one has more than the other. But
well, I don't know. I kind of like it just in Universal Studios. I feel sorry for the people who go there for just a normal day and they have to be out by 6. That sucks. Closing both parks at 6 would just be a bummer for all families. And then you'd have to reduce tickets at that point for normal days, because that's not fair if 90% of the year they're open till 8 p.m., 9 p.m., 10 p.m., and now both parks are closed at 6.
Yeah.
I also think just having it in studios is enough walking for everyone as it is. And adding that Islands of Adventure aspect would just be a lot. I mean, look at the way we did things without Express Pass. We would run all across the park to whatever wait time was lower. If you don't have Express, you can't be wasting time going back and forth between the parks.
Right. HHN at Epic Universe ? Definitely don't think that it will ever happen, but I do think that might help with capacity.
Is that space going to be bigger than both parks? Not combined, but
I don't know the square footage of,
curious.
or I don't know how many acres it is, but I do know it's going to be a.
But you and I have talked about this before, and it doesn't make sense for them to build all these soundstage areas that would only be used for 2 months of the year when they already have all that space set up in Universal, because now you're taking away from other attractions that could potentially go into Epic Universe.
Yeah, and they're definitely going. But I do think that when Epic Universe opens, that could greatly help with capacity, because there might be people who want to visit Epic Universe and be there all day until close, rather than coming to Halloween Horror Nights. So
Epic Universe is 750 acres compared to Universal Orlando Resort is 541 acres, but that doesn't tell me if it's just 125 acres for Universal's Island of Adventure.
And how much did you say Epic Universe?
750. But are they building a parking garage or a parking lot?
Parking lot.
So that's going to take up a lot of acres.
I mean, yeah, that 700 acres, that's definitely counting backstage areas, the hotels, the parking lot. You know, it's going to be essentially a little bit bigger than all of Universal Orlando Resort. So I do think that will take quite a bit of crowd away. But also, you have people stuck in these lines for so long. Let's theme the lines.
That's my main point, is interactive line keys.
Let's theme them, man.
Light them up like in a cool way. I mean, have it like for a Halloween house, have a couple Mikeys just walking around the line, you know, outside the line.
Mm-hmm.
Just little stuff like, or like Universal can play Universal movies or clips of movies up on projectors on the walls, like
string Halloween lights on the walls.
Do like more video stuff up on the sides of the sound
like give people
stages.
something to look at or watch or listen to. Like
that isn't just a loop of video.
Yeah.
Like let's seriously get Halloween lights and string them up. Like it's there are simple ways to improve the queue experience, because right now it's just switchbacks in a hot lot, and that's it. And you know, and if you have these videos playing, make it specific to the house.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Legends Collide was the only one that did that last year.
It wasn't even really. I mean,
it was just a narration, and there was a little bit, like, as you got closer and in front of the house, you saw a little video. But you know,
strobe lights, cool lighting, Halloween lights, just.
I think back to Wicked Growth, and I think about how much better the line for that would have been, because you're standing right next to that fence. That line would have been a million times better if that fence had pumpkins strung up down all the way down that fence. Like, you know, just
little things, honestly.
Little things make it slightly more enjoyable. Make more centerpieces and stuff that you can, you know, do switchbacks around. Like I don't know, you know, like
theme it with the house.
Yes, theme it with the house. Like for
make it part of the experience.
For The Last of Us, they have if it is in the weekend building, then they're gonna have that giant awning that is right in front of that soundstage. Theme that, put vines all over it, and make it look like it's part of a post-apocalyptic world. Like, it's truthfully, that's not very hard to do. You throw vines and make it look overgrown, and if you want to get crazy, you can paint it a little bit, but you know, just make it feel like you are stepping into the experience before you enter.
It hypes you up for it too. It puts you in the zone,
yes.
in the mood. In the zone.
I don't know if I agree with it though. Like, for you two who are very, very anal about what you see, there's people that would walk and not even notice that stuff is there.
Well, that's true. I mean, yeah, that's definitely true, but like...
And it doesn't make your experience... Like, I feel the added value to that is so small. Like, if you're waiting over an hour for a line regardless, you're going to be frustrated, whether you have some vines to look at or not.
That's where I think, like, putting something up for people to watch like put on the classic monster movies, which I don't know if legally they can do that or not. But
They
if you put
own
them,
them.
yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. They own them, but I don't know if like just put up projectors to where the majority of the line can just watch a movie while like, so they don't tell because most people are playing that game with their with their phones and stuff. Then they're like give something people to look at or to watch or to, I don't know.
Well, they do that. There's projectors that play on the sides of buildings. I just don't think it's
last
very.
year there wasn't. I mean, there was.
Yeah, there was. There was one in line for Halloween for Chupacabra and Dead Man's Pier.
It was just there was no audio with it.
They
Yeah?
didn't have
Yeah,
it
there was.
every night though. Last year,
It definitely wasn't
was
every
more
night.
a thing in 30.
No, it was there because they were
It
playing
wasn't
the
there every
weekend
night.
music video. Yes, it was.
Not every night.
It didn't start till halfway through the event, but after they started, they never stopped because they were playing the weekend's music videos, and I don't remember what other videos, but they were showing off like photos of the merchandise and stuff.
Yeah. I do remember that for sure.
I believe they were playing the trailer for Chucky, but I don't know, like
I just improve the line experience. I don't
somehow.
know. Yeah.
Because right now the lines are the worst part of HHN.
Yeah, I don't know if these are all solutions or not, and they do implement some of it, but like they just got to improve it somehow. They just, I don't know. It's the worst part
It is the worst
about
part.
the whole experience.
What are some other problems that we can think of?
I mean, the one that you kind of already brought up earlier was like more traditional Halloween influences around the park.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of like a little 1-2 you can do. Doesn't take
Like
too much effort.
seriously, put pumpkins up. It's
Just Halloween decorations.
Because if you're not going to incorporate Halloween, then it could just be called Horror Nights
yeah.
and happen year round.
yeah. And that's not what they want. They want it to be Halloween Horror Nights. So let's just throw up. I mean, it is. These things are not that expensive. Universal can afford to go to At Home and buy some $10 pumpkins and carve them. So just put them on top of the buildings. If I swear, if we go this year and Minions Cafe is not completely decked out with Halloween decorations, I'm going to be disappointed. Like, why not? It's something that kids can enjoy during the day, and you turn on the lights at night, and it's fun for adults too.
Yeah, I mean, if they have the space, or take advantage of all the space you have. I mean,
And here's I've suggested this before. Do a Halloween overlay for VillainCon. That's not like we don't know what it looks like yet. We don't know how it's going to operate yet, but I'm assuming it's a heavily screen-based attraction because it is a shooter. Just make it Halloween and have it open during Horror Nights. Like, I think there's a lot of attractions that would seriously benefit from having just simple Halloween overlays. The Mummy doesn't need it because it's already based on The Mummy. But think about Men in Black. Like, and it doesn't even have to change anything. Just put pumpkins in the rides. Seriously, like, I know ET isn't open during HHN, but like, I think during the day, if they had these pumpkins just scattered through the woods in the opening scene of ET, like, that would be fun.
Yeah, but that's another thing. Like, they could open ET, they could open
Yeah.
VillainCon just to, even if they're only 10, 15, 20-minute waits, it does make a difference
It does.
in other areas
it
of the
definitely
parks.
would. It wouldn't hurt.
No, it wouldn't hurt. And I think, like, for a ride like Men in Black is open. Okay, if it's open during Horror Nights, it has to have some sort of Halloween tie. So just throw pumpkins up. Like cheap Halloween decorations.
Or just in the queue, like change the lighting from that, because the Men in Black is just pretty much just LEDs,
Yeah.
just white, just make it dark and spooky looking, like just stuff like that. Like, I mean,
Like there's ways to like make everything, because that's my problem with the rides during Horror Nights, is that you're there for Halloween Horror Nights, but it doesn't feel like part of Halloween Horror Nights. So there's ways to just tie it a little bit more together and make it a little bit more neat. I
mean, it's tough. I get it. I mean, what was the number? 27,000 people. 29,000 people.
That's
yeah.
if they
sell out,
and
yeah.
hit capacity.
So that's tough. I mean, I get it. It's not easy. It's not an easy job to have to make everyone happy, because not everyone's gonna be happy. But the lines is a good place to start. I think you just have to make the line cues more interactive and fun. And
when I think last year it probably felt so bad because they were supposed to have 2 shows.
Yeah.
And then after the hurricane,
and Ghoulish
got destroyed. And, not that many people would go watch it, but that tied a good 200 to maybe 1,000 people at any given time during the showing for a solid 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Depending on how long they went beforehand to wait for the show and get their prime spot, possibly even up to 45 minutes or an hour.
I think we're going to see I think crowds might actually feel worse this year because, like, think about Legends and The Weeknd. The entrance to that was in the Kitty Land. I don't remember the name of it.
DreamWorks.
Yeah. So.
And if that's not done with construction, then.
And it from what I've seen from BioReconstruct, it's not even close.
Which means potentially even longer exit walks for where Legends and The Weeknd were, which.
Yes.
Those walks were ridiculous at the end.
Those
like when I exit a house, I just want to be back into the park.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are real.
Yeah, that's gonna be worse this year. I feel like it's gonna really, like, I don't know how they're gonna lay out the park this year, but I'm worried because last year wasn't great, and I feel like this year won't be great, and it just sucks because I felt like HHN 30 was perfect. Like, no line seemed too long. I mean, yeah, Hill House and Beetlejuice still had that long walk out of that area. But at least, when we went through Wicked Growth, we didn't have to go behind the entire Men in Black show building. And
there was minimal construction going on that year too, I think. Wasn't
no construction.
Yeah.
Yeah, no construction at all. That was great. I really liked that. So,
I mean, this one's probably just me, but I want to see Diagon Alley utilized somehow. But that's kind of more of a selfish thing. Like, I don't think they can actually, like, imagine the dragon at night, like, with the flames. That'd be fucking awesome.
I mean, I know we wasted a solid hour in Diagon Alley the first time you and I went together. And again, it just feels like you're in Universal. It doesn't feel like
people would go though.
Some people like that though. I mean, especially if you're not in the state of Florida and you can't go to Universal whenever you want. There are people that go to Horror Nights that want both experiences, the Horror Nights aspect and the ride aspect.
It'd be cool to be there at night too. The cool lighting and Death Eater. That's hiring more people too. But
yeah, it always comes back to hiring more people.
Yeah, it does. And
I wouldn't be surprised if we got 11 or 12 houses in the next 3 to 5 years.
They just got to find the place to put them.
Well, they've proven that they can utilize that soundstage Hellblock Horror was in, and
the plot for
Scary
by Men in Black. It's just it's the Shrek theater being gone. That's the big question mark. Like, where would they put another one? Since VillainCon probably isn't equipped to handle that. I could be wrong. It could be.
They could keep it in Fast and Furious.
But that plus Scary would only be 11. So I like, because you said 11 or 12. I'm just curious where. I mean, truthfully, you did have to walk through a soundstage to get to Hellblock Horror, a soundstage that was not being utilized. So there would be another one. It would just be figuring out the line logistics and stuff like that.
So when I went in 2012, they had two, Gothic and Deaden were both in soundstage 20.
Which one is that?
So it looks like 21, 22, 23, and 24 were the ones that are utilized now.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I don't know what they're doing with these. I'm sure they're probably in use for some kind of production.
Right.
But, I mean, they could do 2 houses in a soundstage. They've done it before.
Oh, they do it every year. Yeah. Like Chupacabra and Dead Man's Pier were in one soundstage.
Right.
So.
Yeah, soundstage 21 is fucking huge.
Yeah.
That was just Hellblock last year. Like they had it marked. I think it was only half of it was for Hellblock.
Hellblock and Halloween were in the same one.
Yes.
Oh yeah, they were.
Yes.
Yeah.
Spirits was in its own.
22 was Spirits.
Yeah, Spirits of the Coven was in its own.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think unless you guys have anything else.
No. I mean,
Allow me to bring my puppy.
I feel like I would like to see. I don't know. I go back to hearing a lot about Carnival of Carnage. That was before I was tuned into Horror Nights.
Mm-hmm.
But like people loved that.
Yeah.
Can we bring back a show or a theme that gets people excited like that again?
and a website. Give us a website, please. Like a legit Halloween horror. Like they used to have. They used to have it. It was interactive. It was fun. It made people excited. Bring it back. Brian knows.
Okay,
what
this
we're
is
talking
this is a totally, completely unrealistic idea.
about. I'm listening.
Makes like logistically makes no sense. All right, I think they should do a video game, and basically, like what they could do is release this like 1-level video game, a horror, like survival horror kind of video game, and when you beat it, you get the announcement.
That'd be kind of a
What about
cool
people
way
who suck
to
at video games?
make an announcement.
Fuck them. But wouldn't that be cool? Like,
Yeah, it'd be cool. Yeah.
I mean, eventually you'd see on social media what it is.
yeah.
so.
But we were talking in
Yeah, we get some of that.
Brian's Discord about how to improve the announcement experience, and I had suggested make it a scavenger hunt. Like
you can do that through a
Sorcerers-
website. Like,
well, no. Like Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom at Disney, like where you are pointed in a direction and you have to go uncover clues in the park. And when you've spent an hour, figuring all these clues and going here, and here and solving all these puzzles, like imagine you go through all that and then you're in the alley where Meaty Meats was, and you do an action on your phone, and then a light turns on that shows the Hellfire Club logo real quick. Like imagine that'd be pretty cool.
it'd be awesome, but yeah, I mean, it would be leaked on social media like day one.
But that's the thing. Like it's for the fans to uncover,
yeah, I mean,
and the
I would
fans to
still want
announce.
to go do it though, even if I knew what
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah, because you couldn't do it because you don't live in here, you jerk.
I mean, I basically do.
Well, make it official, damn it. All right, I think that's going to wrap it up for us.
Give us a website, HHN, please.
You heard it here. And from Brian from Orlando.
Also, Minion's house confirmed.
Meaning's house confirmed. Well, until next time, bye.